Sandeshkhali is back in the news once again, but this time for another reason. That is because a movie is now going to be made based on the incidents which took place in Sandeshkhali, and the shooting of this is going to be starting sometime in August this year. The movie is of course produced by Sumit Chaudhary and Keval Sethi, and this is going to be made in a record amount of time, and it's going to document the incidents which led to ultimately a lot of furor between the BJP and the Trinamool Congress. The movie of course is bound to be controversial. It is bound to give rise to a lot of explosive reactions from both the sides. It already has, in fact. The BJP has said that what has happened there needs to be documented. People also need to know what has been going on in Bengal and how the state government has been shielding the accused Shah Jahan Sheikh. And there's something called cinematic license, and no one should be disallowed or no one should be criticized for making a movie based on facts or actual events. On the other side is the Trinamool Congress, which has rubbished the movie by saying that it's the BJP's norm and they're setting a wrong precedence in which cinema is now being used to push forward a political point. The examples of the Kerala story or the Article 370 or the Kashmir files have all been cited not just by the TMC in this instance, but earlier also by the opposition parties. Remember when the movie Kashmir Files was released, there was a huge amount of uproar. The movie was watched by who's who as far as the government or the BJP is concerned, and even other people also, especially those who belong to the valley, the Kashmiri Pandits, who had to flee from their homes because they never got any amount of security or state protection. Well, the movie documented that experience. At that point of time, many in Kashmir and opposition parties like the PDP, the Congress, the NC criticized the movie for distorting facts. Similar has been the case with the Kerala story, also recently as Article 370, and in fact recently the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh also watched the movie and he lauded it as something which the people really need to understand the real story by the revocation of Article 370, the series of incidents which led up to it. But cinema, and increasingly cinema based on real facts, which are also politically a little bit explosive, has given rise to two diverse and contradictory opinions which take place. For example, a movie of Randeep Hooda and Veer Savarkar has also evoked a lot of criticism coming in from one particular ecosystem and also coming in from many of the opposition parties. Now let's go back to the movie Sandeshkhali. Clearly the movie is also going to talk about the sequence of events. The fact that there was Shah Jahan Sheikh, whose supporters shooed away an ED team who had actually gone to look into another scam, but how stories came out of women after women who were sexually abused or sexually assaulted only because, and the land was snatched away. After much U-turns, after much provocation, finally Shah Jahan Sheikh was arrested and handed over to CBI, but not before the court intervened. The criticism which came in from the Mamata Banerjee government was that she was shielding Shah Jahan Sheikh, she was reluctant to hand him over, and it's only when the court intervened that happened. Clearly this movie is going to be documenting all these incidents. The release could be possibly very close to maybe the Bengal elections, or even of course just after Lok Sabha elections as the shooting starts in August. But once again the Trinamool Congress has made the point, and similarly the opposition parties, that why is it movies which are meant for entertainment, which actually should not be politically motivated, are now being used to peddle one political point of view. The BJP of course says that there's something called cinematic license. Every producer, every director or people also have the right to watch the movies based on whatever their interest is. But this movie certainly is grabbing eyeballs even before the shooting has begun.